that's the one.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to say fitness channel. It's a YouTube channel, okay? In today's video, I am going to share my fitness journey, which I haven't shared yet. It is literally crazy, but I wanted to do this for such a long time. I have actually recorded this video once already, like half a year ago, when I still lived back in London. As I was editing the video, literally in the half of the editing of the full thing, I have got such a bad, I don't know, it was a mental breakdown or something, and I just could not, I had to delete everything. I don't know what happened, but I think I was sharing more of my life as well, so I'm not going to do that. I think it was really frustrating for me as well. In today's video, we are going to talk about fitness, and I'm going to tell you how I went from where I came from actually, and I'm all the way here where I am at this point. I'm not sure if you know, but I have been always just tall and skinny kid. I was always tall as in the grade. I'm not as tall, okay? I'm 177, that's where we stopped, fortunately. And also I'm actually the shortest child compared to my siblings. I have inherited my dad's genetics because he's tall and a naturally slim person with, I would say, fast metabolisms. That's what I've got. So that's why I am taller and very slim naturally, with, I would say, very slim legs, slim arms, but keeping anything that I put around my waist, which is the worst thing ever. Because of this genetics, actually, when I was growing up, I was always tall and skinny without me understanding why, and without understanding, of course, the nutrition, training, or anything like that. So I was always trying to avoid sports, even though I would say I was an active child. I was not like sedentary kid or something like that, even though I was playing computer games quite a lot. But of course, like, I was always moving enough, but I didn't have any athletic background. When we had sports in the school, I was always trying to avoid them. I was even writing down the fake excuse from the parents that you are sick or you are unable to take part in the exercise. So they always wrote down this kind of like the excuse, I'm not sure how is it called, and they had to sign, and I was making up my own. But that was only because I hated running. I hate running, okay? I have nothing against running, I just do not like the feeling when I run. And I think it comes from exactly when I was pushed like a child, that I have to run even in the cold. I got sick, I got on antibiotics. So once we had this PE, physical exercise class, and we had to run outdoors, and especially when it was cold, early in the morning, it was raining or anything like that, I always got an excuse and just faked it so I do not have to go outside and run. Or then, for example, when we played different sports, I liked it. So if we played basketball or something, I was fine, but I just hated this type of exercise. I was never very sports girl. But thinking about the fact that I was always so skinny and I was eating a lot, but of course I didn't have the knowledge on energy balance and how much my body needs. I was just eating as I felt and how much I was given, and when I was hungry, I ate. That was it. And I had some routine. I had breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe some stuff in between. So it was not that I was not eating. I was just probably not eating enough for my own body because I didn't understand it. I also grew up very fast, so I was slim, and so that's why as well my body was just burning through all of that I ate as well. Since the very early age, it's always something I was uncomfortable with and I didn't like it. And back then people been making fun of the skinny kids as well, not just being fat but also being skinny. It felt very uncomfortable for me if someone called me skinny, and I absolutely hated it. Everyone was laughing at me that I'm a giraffe, that I'm so tall and that I'm skinny, I'm flat. I didn't have any boobies back then, because as well, when I was around 13 and so on, then I thought that at least I will get some shape and I will put on some weight, and that was literally like, you are just starting teenage times. So 13, 15, 17, I was still waiting that maybe I will look more like a woman. Nothing was coming, and it got me really frustrated. I just didn't like it, and you know, people didn't like me as well because I was, you know, like skinny. And coming then after to the age of 18, I had an ex-boyfriend. He was into weightlifting, and he managed that as well, that he was like a taller person but not super tall, and before he was skinny as well, and over a couple of months he just put on a lot of weight and going to the gym, and he thought that of course like, oh, he's bulking his muscle, but so he was like, he put on a lot of weight in such a short time that of course it was just excess fat. But that got me actually to the point that I have started going to the gym. But I literally went to the gym like once a month and once in 2 months. So that is like, that's why I do not like to say like how long have I been training, because that is, I can't even count it. It was so inconsistent. It was just, I go because my ex-boyfriend went to the gym as well. That was a good thing actually, that he told me, due to my goal that I wanted to put on weight always. I just wanted to be heavier on the scale. That doesn't happen very often with the girls especially. I wanted to be heavier, have more curves, and I wanted a nice bum, but abs at the same time. That was a mistake actually when I look back at it now, because of course if you want weight gain and then having abs, it just doesn't go together. And that is the reason why so many people can't see any results, because they try to do both things at the same time and it just doesn't. They go, actually these two goals go against each other. But that is for another video as well. Fortunately, I was pushed to that weightlifting. It told me that I need to lift heavy and eat as much as possible and as much protein as possible, which again was BS. But at least I was told to lift and eat more. I understood that I need to build muscle, and I didn't mind that much when I put on some fat as well, because my training was very far from some quality. There was no quality, and especially there was no consistency. As I said, in the first couple of years, I would say first 2-3 years up to like 21, 22, I went to the gym once a month or every 2 weeks or something like that. There was no such thing as consistency. So of course I couldn't see much of the progress there. Then later on, when I started working as well, a few years after, I started going to the gym a little bit more frequently. But it was like, because I was working 12-hour shifts and I had like long and short weeks. So on long week, I have worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday, all 12 hours from 9 to 9. So I had a chance to go to the gym, but I was tired, I didn't go to the gym. So on this long week, I went just on my days off. So that was 2 times a week, so Thursday and Friday. And then when I had the short week, when I worked only Wednesday and Thursday, that's when I would go to the gym maybe 3 times. Later on, I tried to do 4. Still had the same routine with my work. I had worked the same shift. I had a gym close to me, like I was working in a shopping mall in Adidas. As a shop assistant. Had a gym, very good gym, just close to me, like few shops, like few meters literally. What I did, I woke up literally at 6 a.m. or 6 or 6:30. I got ready, I took all my stuff for the whole shift, and I went to the gym before I started my shift at 9 a.m. So that's when I would finish in the gym. I would train for 1 hour probably, legs tiny bit longer, and I made sure that I finish at 8:30 in the gym. So probably I was there around 7:30, 7:45, and I had a quick shower and I went straight to work. So I would say that was the time that I started taking it a little bit more seriously, but unfortunately back then we didn't have so much knowledge and free information on social media. There was no TikTok. Instagram was only about taking selfies and taking pictures of yourself, so there was no educational content. And if someone posted some video, some of these girls, it was absolutely horrendous. So there was nothing that you could actually learn from them. I was trying to copy some workout, but I'm saying it was just BS. So of course, like, I got a little bit of result, but I didn't see that much of the progress. And when I got at the best, not the best, when I started finally to see the progress, I would say that was when I moved to London, and that was probably when I was 25, maybe still when I came to London, it was not very quality training, even though I was going more frequently, maybe 4 or 5 times a week. And I started, buying Gymshark, and I got women's best supplements. That's where I started taking that more seriously, but still I was, again, buying some programs of the influencers and didn't get any results. So I would say probably it took me around 4 years to get to that level where I am now, but it was still like I didn't know as much, even though I was getting better continuously. It wasn't like, oh yes, this year and 4 years consistent training, and it took me that long. Of course, it would take, I would say, shorter time for normal people if you know exactly what you're doing, if you're following a proper program, proper nutrition, without following any stupid misleading information out of social media and without any BS, and you have professional, not influencer program, and the nutrition creating towards your goal. So if I would have something like this and I'll understand how to exercise correctly as well, and without ego lifting, in that case I could get the results much faster, I would say, maybe within 3 years for sure. The thing is, of course, I am naturally a hard gainer, or you can call it ectomorph, but for me it's really hard to build muscle. Because my goal was always to build muscle, I'm actually going against what my body wants naturally, something that is harder for me to achieve as well. For regular people, I would say really consistent 3 years, you have that physique, if you know what you're doing. And of course it takes time to build muscle as well, but mind that this, I would say 4 years that I have got most of my physique and got most of the progress was including the lockdowns. Last lockdown, which was, I think it lasted 4 months, I had absolutely no weights. From lifting weights and hip thrusting already, we fell to lockdown, I had nothing. I had body weight. I had resistance bands, which of course will not get you to grow your glutes. In these 4 months, I have lost 5 kilograms of my muscle and some fat. I would say 4 kilos of muscle, 1 kilo of fat, which was so frustrating for me. I was working so hard for this goal for so many years, and after that, just 4 months, and I understood that we all have muscle memory, so once you had that muscle built already, it will take you way shorter time frame to rebuild that muscle mass you have had before already. It is not that you lose it and now you have to go all over again. In those 4 months that I have lost my muscle, have regained it, I would say, in 4 to 5 weeks. So with the consistent training and proper nutrition as well. That was the first lockdown. After that, I was trying to regain all my strength, all my size. Again, we fell to another lockdown in November. 1 month after that, we got back for 3 weeks. And after that, we went to a third lockdown, which lasted from December until April. Fortunately, in this last lockdown, we have created a home gym in London. I had some equipment, some weights, so I just continued training. Of course, I was limited because I didn't have any machines and stuff, but still I had the weights, so I could keep working on that physique a little bit at least. After the last lockdown, I have started cutting for the first time in my life. Actually, I was always just focusing on building the size, building muscle and putting on weight, and this was for the first time that I have actually wanted to try how is it to do a mini cut, how is it to do the fat loss, because I didn't have much experience with that as well. Also, throughout the lockdown, I have put on some fat as well, and so I just wanted to see how much muscle I actually have and and just do that mini cut to reveal that muscle definition. And this was going actually good, but I have noticed that muscle mass is not really enough. I was still kind of like slim-ish. And after that, I've got my boob job. That was in July. This has set me back again. After my surgery, I have literally been like this. Honestly, everything was so tight. My back was destroyed. The muscles, everything. It took me not only weeks but months to get back and getting back that posture and it was really frustrating because I couldn't train. Again, I lost my muscle. Of course, I've done this to my body, to my upper body. I was going through the different pains. I couldn't lift my arms in the beginning, and also I was uncomfortable with lifting anything like wider. Again, this has set me back. My upper body was completely skinny. My muscles were just so weak. In those 4 years, if you would say that I have been lifting more consistently with a bit better knowledge for 4 years, but 1 year of that almost was lockdown. Another few weeks, 2 months, I have had a surgery, and so I had to be getting back. I have lost my size. It was not really like 4 years. In reality, it was honestly just 3 years. I lost muscle, and I built and lost. This kind of physique is achievable, as I'm saying, much faster, especially if you are not an ectomorph. You will have it much easier to build the muscle, build the size and the glutes as well, as long as your training and nutrition is really on point. And after that, last year, actually, if you have followed me, and I have the videos on the YouTube as well, I have been sharing my journey here. Actually, we have 1 year birthday of the YouTube channel. Yay! Thank you so much if you have been here throughout this whole time. I really appreciate it. So the last year I have decided to finally step on stage and compete. I have devoted, I would say, 6.5 months since mid-September until beginning of April to bulk up and build as much muscle as possible throughout this period, again, because that is my weakest point, the building muscle and having that size, and maintaining my size throughout the dieting phase as well. And after that, since April until July, I have done comp prep, meaning that I have been preparing for my competition, and this has been the fat loss phase, of course with the frequent diet breaks, and it was slow in order to maintain as much muscle as possible. So it was not a very restrictive diet. It was something very mild and like slower approach in order to have the best shape possible for the stage. I have got still very lean, even though last 4 weeks I was on the maintenance calories, but I have still cut down, so probably that was a small deficit as well. And that was in July, show in New York, my first ever competition, and I have won the 2nd place in my category. And after that, with all these changes, we have moved from London to Bali, and we have also been in Bangkok for 2 months. Now we are back to Bali again long term. I have been way more relaxed about my physique. After the competition for, I would say, 2-3 months, I really didn't care much. I just continued training and I ate whatever I wanted, really. Of course, like not going crazy. I didn't have crazy binge eating sessions. I just do not feel like it very much. Of course, I do have cravings, but it's okay and it's manageable. And now I have decided, since we've been in Bangkok last week of December, to bulk up again, because I want to build a little bit more size, because I have lost some muscle throughout the dieting phase for my competition, and also after I was more relaxed and I was feeling quite tired because of that as well. So now I'm just trying to get that muscle back and build more, and just trying to really spend some time in a calorie surplus before, again, I will do after just a mini cut to chop down that excess fat that I'm putting on now throughout these couple of months, and I will get a bit leaner again. But of course, I will not be going to such crazy low body fat percentages, even though I was not extremely lean for my competition. That's why I chose that one, because I didn't want to be super lean and I didn't want it to be such an unhealthy process. I have managed really well. I was happy and I was feeling really good throughout my prep as well, and I would say I really enjoyed that prep. So that is, I would say, my goal for now. I do not have any long-term goals. I do not look to compete in the close future for sure. Maybe, we never know. I have said I just want to really focus on my business and just growing and creating better content and everything around it. Just feel tired. I do not feel like I should be competing for now for sure, because it's just so hard for me as well to bring that physique to that level, especially as a natural athlete. And I was like, I want to compete, I don't want to compete, I want to compete, I'm not sure. So now I'm in that stage that I'm just like, I don't care. I do not need to compete. So there are other things that I want to achieve in life that are way more important for me, and I do not feel that from competing that I just get something. It was just something that I had always wanted to try, and I always wanted to just step on stage and experience that process, how it is and how does it feel. But even though I know that I could do it and I could continue, it is not my goal to be a competitor, to keep competing. I really just focus on still improving my physique and also staying healthy and just staying cool, and that's actually it. And I would say also very, very important thing about training for me is the mental health. If I wouldn't go to the gym for a couple of days, I would just literally be very frustrated. And for me, training in the gym and lifting weights is just helping my mental health so much. It makes me feel so much better. And also I was saying that I need that routine that I wake up in the morning, I get ready, I get my breakfast, I go to the gym, and after I can have my day sorted out. And I can work and focus much better. I don't like the days off the gym. That morning routine when I go to the gym, I absolutely love it. But when I don't go to the gym, I feel like I do not do anything and I'm just procrastinating, and I just feel unmotivated, and I just want to go to the gym. But I know if I would go every single day after, I would feel very annoyed by being in that gym every single day. So it is good for me, of course, to be going to the gym just 5 times a week. It's just sometimes hard that I really want to go out and exercise and do something, but if I don't do that, I just feel a bit of myself. I just really can't wait to go to the gym next day again. So that is it, guys. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe if you haven't, and give this video a like if you liked it. If you have any questions or anything you would like me to post about, please leave a comment and I will try to do my best to create content around that. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!